Good morning, Monday morning. Bright and breezy. Oh, yeah, so fucking Saturday night I had my first ever boxing match. And I lost. I mean, no excuses. The better man won. I mean, my training camp was intense, but you know, no excuses there. It consisted of 20 minutes training in the snooker hall where my coach nearly had a heart attack, and a couple of 20-minute sessions at my gym after I'd done some bodybuilding. But that was my own fault. I've been saying for 2 years that I wanted a fight, so I should have been training for a fight, but I didn't. So I lost. You know, if you don't prepare for these things, then if you fail to prepare, then prepare to fail is the lesson there, isn't it? But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the experience. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, I've never been to a fight night before, or I've been to one, but not actually sort of taken part in one. I've just watched one and had a drink and that. Victory Boxing, that was. But yeah, I enjoyed the experience, like seeing all the fighters and that. Obviously, they were all much younger than me. There was a couple of elder people my age, not elder, because I'm not old. I'm in the prime of my life. There's a couple of people, but mostly young uns, and it was great to see. It really was. It was great to see everyone there doing their training, doing, you know, all their training for this, and it was lovely to see everyone in the crowd having a drink, having a laugh, cheering everyone on and that. And from what I understand, there was no ag, there was no trouble or anything. Even though there was a bit of stereotyping, saying that there was loads of travellers there, so there was going to be thefts and there was going to be trouble and stuff like that, which is bullshit. And pretty racist, you know. Travellers are travellers. They stick to their own code, and it's different to yours. Not all travellers are thieves. Not all travellers are scumbags. Some of them are, but it's the same. Some Christians are. There are fucking Catholic nonces, but not all Catholics are bad. There are some Muslim extremists, but not all Muslims are bad. You know, there are some evil Christians. Not all Christians are bad. It's a personality thing rather than a religion or culture thing. So yeah, so I'm hurting a bit, neck's killing, because I couldn't get close to the bloke. He just beat the shit out of me, and well, I think he took his foot off the pedal a little bit and showed mercy on me, because he could have beat me up a lot more, I feel. Maybe it was the aggression face that made him take a step back. I don't know, because I'll give it the old fucking yeah, fucking because he kept on punching me, the rascal. But yeah, so new week, and next time I have a boxing, because it was last minute. Like, I wasn't supposed to be doing it. I was supposed to be just having an exhibition with the coach's son. It was just like a little knock around, not a real fight. But this fella's opponent withdrew, so I stepped in. But the next time I step in the ring, I'll have a bit more training under my belt, and I'll actually know how to throw a punch and land one, rather than just throw punches against the air like I did Saturday night. So yeah, new week. I'm not gonna box for a few days until my shoulder gets better, until my neck gets better. However, I might do some cardio. I've got some good advice from some coaches there. Coaches of the opponent, he gave me some great advice. I went in and had a chat with them both afterwards. I thanked the geezer for going easy on me. And we had a nice chat and that. And he gave me lots of good advice, which I'm going to follow. So yeah, let's see what this week brings. I feel like it's going to be a really, really good week. That moon energy from last week, 'cause it was a full moon last week, was really strong. Like, did you notice how people were acting kind of crazy? How people were kind of throwing logic out the window with their decisions, and very, very emotional. Like, I was emotional. I mean, I had it in check, and I was well aware of my emotional behaviour. And sort of to the people around me, if I was acting emotional, I was telling them, I said, look, I'm really emotional at the minute, just fucking can you just, like, I've got a lot going on. Please just, like, give me a bit of space. Just calm down. Like, we'll talk about whatever you need to. Sometimes people got to talk about what there and then, haven't they? But then, you know, in that situation, I'm like, well, fucking hell, if I'm like this, chances are they are, but they just can't admit it, or they're not aware of it, you know, because not everybody's aware of their emotions, and especially if they suppress them a lot. But yeah, so I'm going to meet a pal today who I've not seen for ages, and like I worked with this fella for a little while, and he inspired me quite a lot. So yeah, I'm going to see him today. He's coming down from a long way down actually, and he's making a trip just to see me. So we're going to go and have some lunch. We're going to have a chinwag, and he can play with Ruby because he's one of Ruby's friends. Have some lunch and that, and it'll be good to see him. It'll be good to see him. Like, he's a man of good intentions, a pure heart. I should imagine people take advantage of that a lot, because that's what people do with people like that. But yeah, he's a good bloke, so that'll be nice. And then I am going to go and do some pad work. I'm just going to hold the pads with my pal who's under it a bit. Just split up with his girlfriend, which maybe isn't a bad thing. I think the relationship was quite toxic. Both of them good people, but together toxic. Don't quite understand each other. He does struggle with his mental health, and that can lead to that. You know, that can lead, like, if you're in a relationship with someone who has mental health struggles and they're aware of it and know how to deal with it, and they can communicate that, if the other person doesn't understand mental health very well, their own, other people's, anything, then that can lead to very toxic behaviour. So the person who's got mental health struggles saying, look, I'm struggling here, this, that and the other, and the other person's upset because they're not getting the normal version of the person who's got mental health issues. And they display toxic behaviour, and, oh, fucking hell, you're doing this, in fact, he's done this and he's done that, and he's like, hey! You know, then that's going to upset the person with mental health problems. And if they're struggling at the time, they're going to react in a way they wouldn't usually react. They'll be like, oh, fuck off then, you cunt. Like, I've got my own shit here, fuck off. Go off. Do you know what I mean? Which they wouldn't usually do that, but because they're struggling, the other person's not understanding, that happens. So yeah, we're gonna go do some, I've been trying to get him to do some pads for a while, do some exercise, because he's a lazy cunt, but he's got some potential to be, well, he's a very talented young man. He's very talented, great actor, great rapper, or whatever kids call it these days. I don't know, I'm fucking well old, aren't I? Yeah, but just got his mental health struggles, which he needs to keep in check, with things like exercise, with diet, with, you know, various other bits and pieces. But so yeah, we're gonna go and do that. He's a good lad, really and truly. We've got a little bit of stuff to clear up first, but that's all right. Sometimes things are better left unsaid, but other times they need to be said for the, sometimes it's not the person who's been done wrong, it's for the person who's done the wrong. They need to be said for, so they can be held accountable for their behaviour to make sure they don't do it again. That's very important, because ultimately that person might not be a bad person, but they might have shown some behaviour which people could see as a bad person. If you don't hold them accountable for it, they're never going to change, and they're going to continue that cycle, which is not helpful to them. You know, but that's that, yeah. Yeah, and I've got a few things on this week. Should be good. I mean, I really don't know what's going on in the news at the minute. I've got no current affairs to commentate on, because I've just stayed completely in my own little bubble and not worried about anything else going on. I understand this whole Russia-Ukraine thing is still going on, and is it gonna, I mean, I said a few weeks ago it's just a distraction from the other bullshit, and Have a look now. I mean, back then you'd be, yeah, fucking bollocks. It's World War III's kicking off. But now it's a bit like, oh, maybe it was a distraction, yeah. Like, is anyone even talking about them, the politicians having parties and that during lockdowns anymore? Is it? I don't know, because, I mean, but, yeah, there is that. I mean, I don't really have too much. I need to go to the library to take these books back. Hastings Ghost Walk Uncovered. The story of different ghost walks in town and stuff. Like, I used to be afraid of ghosts. I used to be shit scared of ghosts, to the point of, like, I was maybe in my early 30s, and I was measuring up for flooring in Rye, in this house next to the George Inn, and this house hadn't been touched for ages, but it was still fully furnished, so no one lived in it for a while, so it looked really fucking spooky because it had cobwebs everywhere and everything was like it was, but just been abandoned. And I was in a room, and the door just started to close, and I thought I heard get out here, and that could have just been my brain, you know, sort of manifesting that sound or whatever. It could have been just a thought or whatever, but I fucking shit myself and I ran out of there, and I ran back to the woman who, you know, who the client, and I told her what happened, and she was like 70 or something. She was like, do you want me to come and hold your hand while you do it? And I was like, yes please. So I had to get her to come along and measure me, so I wasn't too scared. But now I'm not scared of ghosts. I'm not scared of ghosts. I'm scared of ghost hunters, because I know they're not to be trusted. Not all of them, just certain ones. Yeah, fucking idiots. But, you know, if that's the game they want to play, two can play that game, darling. Yeah, I'll get ya. I mean, I'm kind of, there he is. Yeah, I'm kind of, sorry, I'm a little bit distracted there. I've just been waiting for someone to drive past. Where was I? Nonsense, don't matter. So yeah, it should be a good week. Should be a good week. My radio's bust on the car, so normally I would have a little outro with the radio, but I can't because the radio's bust. So I'm gonna have to sing it, unfortunately, which is not great because I haven't got a great singing voice. Person drove past. I haven't got a great singing voice, and I haven't got my prop either, which is my hat, my cap, from Christie's, London. So yeah, just play you out with a little. I chime in with a haven't you people ever heard of? Closing the goddamn door, no. It's much better to face these kind of things with a sense of poison rationality. I chime in, haven't you people ever heard of? Closing the goddamn door, no.